Welcome back to that God Power channel. This is the channel where we're going to unlock the God Power laying dormant on the inside of you. But first today we're going to finish breaking down the book of Revelations. Almost. We're going to be on chapter 21 today because last time we did chapter 20. So if you've been on this marathon, you've seen that we've been going for a few hours now. We've been continuously just letting out videos after videos since chapter 12. But now we're on the opposite of 12, 21. And let's go ahead and break it down and see what happens. So chapter 21 starts like this. Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the old heaven and the old earth had disappeared, and the sea was also gone. And I saw a holy city, the new Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, like a bride beautifully dressed for her husband. I heard a loud shout from the throne saying, "Look, God's home is now among his people. He will live with them, and they will be his people. God himself will be with them. He will wipe every tear from their eyes, and there will be no more death or sorrow or crying or pain. All these things are gone forever." And the one sitting on the throne said, "Look, I am making everything new." And then he said to me, "Write this down, for what I tell you is trustworthy and true." And he also said, "It is finished. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. To all who are thirsty, I will give freely from the springs of the water of life. All who are victorious inherit all these blessings, and I will be their God, and they will be my children. But cowards, unbelievers, the corrupt, murderers, the immoral, those who practice witchcraft, idol worshippers, and all liars, their fate is in the fiery lake of burning sulfur. This is the second death." Then one of the seven angels who held the seven bowls containing the seven last plagues came and said to me, "Come with me, and I'll show you the bride, the wife of the Lamb." So he took me up in the spirit to a great high mountain, and he showed me the holy city Jerusalem descending out of heaven from God. It shone with the glory of God, sparkled like a precious stone, like jasper, as clear as crystal. The city was broad and high, with 12 gates guarded by 12 angels, and the names of the 12 tribes of Israel were written on the 12 gates. There were 3 gates on each side, east, north, south, and west. And the wall of the city had 12 foundation stones, and on them were written the names of the 12 apostles of the Lamb. So if you remember, Jesus was walking with 12 apostles, so it looks like their names were written on these foundation stones. The angel who talked to me held in his hand a gold measuring stick to measure the city and its gates and its walls. When he measured it, he found it was a square as wide as it was long. In fact, its length and width and height were each 1,400 miles. This is a big city. Then he measured the walls and found them to be 216 feet thick. Dang. So this is a massive city. You gotta think of 216-foot thick walls. That's wow. Okay. Like, whoa. I can't even imagine that, really. I'm trying to. That's why I keep on, I can't imagine it. The walls were made of jasper, and the city was pure gold, as clear as glass. The wall of the city was built on a foundation stones inlaid with 12 precious stones. The first was jasper, second sapphire, the third agate, the fourth emerald, fifth onyx, the sixth carnelian, seventh chrysolite, the eighth beryl, the ninth topaz, the 10th chrysoprase, the 11th jacinth, and the 12th amethyst. The 12 gates were made of pearls, each gate from a single pearl, and the main street was pure gold, as clear as glass. Now, this, going back to the imagery we saw of heaven before, now this is a city that's new. All pure gold, but clear gold. You can see through it. Oh my gosh. And 216-foot thick walls made of precious stones. I can't imagine it still. I'm gonna try to do an artist rendition in a 3D software, so I can get a better picture of it, because it's very difficult to imagine this kind of stuff. But if you have a good imagination, it's probably easy for you. In verse 22, it says, "I saw no temple in the city, For the Lord God Almighty and the Lamb are its temple, and the city has no need for a sun or moon, for the glory of God illuminates the city, and the Lamb is its light. The nations will walk in its light, and the kings of the world will enter the city in all their glory. Its gates will never be closed at the end of the day, because there is no night there. And all the nations will bring their glory and honor into the city. Nothing evil will be allowed to enter, nor anyone who practices shameful idolatry and dishonesty, but only those whose names are written in the Lamb's book of life. Now, this is something I didn't understand. It said nothing evil will be allowed to enter. Well, I thought all the evil stuff just got thrown into the lake of fire. So is there more evil stuff now? I don't know. But it said they won't be allowed to enter, so I'm assuming yeah. But that's the end of that's the end of chapter 21. I hope you learned something. I mean, it was a lot of stuff and a lot of imagery in that chapter. But I hope you learned something. I hope you got a good scope of what the New Jerusalem, the new city of God, will look like. Let's go ahead and finish this off by jumping into chapter 22 in the next video. So I'll see you there. Just remember that you got that God power. I got that God power. Tapping the source, tapping the fire,